Which is one of the things that frustrates me about this world is they don't celebrate the success of others. Like, there's so many people that want Elon to fail. It's so fascinating to me. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, Elon Musk talks about like people short, like they talk about financial, but I think it's much bigger than the financials. I've seen like the human factors community. They want other people to fail. Why? Like even people, the harshest thing is like, even people that like seem to really hate Donald Trump, they want him to fail.
Yeah, I know.
Or like the other president, or they want Barack Obama to fail. It's like,
We're all in the same boat, man.
it's weird, but I want that. I would love to inspire that part of the world to change because,
Well,
damn it, if the human species is going to survive, we should celebrate success. Like it seems like the efficient thing to do in this objective function that like we're all striving for is to celebrate the ones that like figure out how to like do better at that objective function, as opposed to like dragging them down back into the mud.
I think this is the speech I always give about the commenters on Hacker News. So first off, something to remember about the internet in general is commenters are not representative of the population.
Yeah.
I don't comment on anything. Commenters are representative of a certain sliver of the population. And on Hacker News, a common thing I'll see is when you'll see something that's like, promises to be wild out there and innovative. There is some amount of, checking them back to earth, but there's also some amount of, if this thing succeeds, well, I'm 36 and I've worked at large tech companies my whole life. They can't succeed because if they succeed, that would mean that I could have done something different with my life. But we know that I couldn't have. We know that I couldn't have, and that's why they're going to fail. And they have to root for them to fail to kind of maintain their world image. So, I don't know. Tune it out.
And they comment, "Well, it's hard." So one of the things I'm considering, startup wise, is to change that because I think it's also a technology problem. It's a platform problem.
I agree.
It's like because the thing you said, most people don't comment. I think most people want to comment. They just don't because it's all the assholes who are commenting.
Exactly. I don't want to be grouped in with them on that.
You don't want to be at a party where everyone is an asshole. Yeah. And so but that's a platform problem.
I can't believe what Reddit's become. I can't believe the groupthink in Reddit comments.
Reddit is an interesting one because there's subreddits. And so you can still see, especially small subreddits, that are little like havens of like joy and positivity and like deep, even disagreement, but like nuanced discussion. But it's only like small little pockets. But that's emergent. The platform is not helping that or hurting that. So I guess naturally, something about the internet, if you don't put in a lot of effort to encourage nuance and positive, good vibes, it's naturally going to decline into chaos.
I would love to see someone do this well.
Yeah.
I think it's, very doable. This is.
I think actually, so I feel like Twitter could be overthrown.
Yashua Bach talked about how like if you have like and retweet, like that's only positive wiring, right? The only way to do anything like negative there is with a comment, and that's like that asymmetry is what gives Twitter its particular toxicness. Whereas I find YouTube comments to be much better because YouTube comments have an up and a down, and they don't show the downvotes.
Without getting into depth of this particular discussion, the point is to explore possibilities and get a lot of data on it. Because I could disagree with what you just said. The point is it's unclear. It hasn't been explored in a really rich way. Like these questions of how to create platforms that encourage positivity. Yeah, I think it's a technology problem. And I think we'll look back at Twitter as it is now. Maybe it'll happen within Twitter, but most likely somebody overthrows them. will look back at Twitter and say, "Can't believe we put up with this level of toxicity."
You need a different business model too. Any
Right.
any social
Ads.
network that fundamentally has advertising as a business model, this was in The Social Dilemma, which I didn't watch, but I liked it. It's like, there's always the, you're the product, you're not the, but they had a nuanced take on it that I really liked. And it said, the product being sold is influence over you. The product being sold is literally your, influence on you. Like, that can't be. If that's your idea, okay, well, guess what? It can't not be toxic.
Yeah. Maybe there's ways to spin it, like with giving a lot more control to the user and transparency to see what is happening to them as opposed to in the shadows. It's possible, but that can't be the primary source of.
But the users aren't. No one's going to use that.
It depends. It depends.
I think that you're not going to. You can't depend on self-awareness of the users.
It's a longer discussion because you can't depend on it, but you can reward self-awareness. Like for the ones who are willing to put in the work of self-awareness, you can reward them and incentivize and perhaps be pleasantly surprised how many people are willing to be self-aware on the internet. Like we are in real life. Like I'm putting in a lot of effort with you right now, being self-aware about if I say something stupid or mean.
Sure.
I'll like look at your like body language. Like I'm putting in that effort. It's costly for an introvert. It's very costly. But on the internet, fuck it. Like most people are like, I don't care if this hurts somebody. I don't care if this is not interesting or if this is mean or whatever.
I think so much of the engagement today on the internet is so disingenuous too.
Yeah.
You're not doing this out of a genuine, this is what you think. You're doing this just straight up to manipulate others. Whether you just became an ad.
Yeah.